Does the CIA
Hold on, let me see.
listen through our phones and laptop cameras? Yes. I hate to say it. They can take over your smart television and
bet.
turn the speaker into a microphone so that they can listen to what's being said in the room even when the TV is turned off.
Wait, hold on. My TV off right now, gang. And my TV a little bit intelligent. So that mean they can hear me right now? Yo, if you can hear me right now, turn something on right now if you can hear me. Yeah, y'all CIA niggas pussy, nigga. Yeah. Dead mans. Yeah, y'all pussy, nigga. What? I'm on that. What? Fuck?
Hello, I'm John Kiriakou.
Like you
I'm a former
gullible.
CIA
Fuck you
counterterrorism
mean?
officer.
How I'm gullible? How I'm gullible? He said it. Wait, who is this nigga actually, gang? Former CIA? How we know he former CIA? Can you even leave the CIA? Like once you enter, can you even leave? How do you even become a part of it? Never mind, bro. There's too many questions.
And former senior investigator for the U.S. Senate Committee on Foreign Relations. And I'm here today to answer questions from the Honesty Box. The first one is, what did the CIA actually do? There are several answers to that question. What the CIA is supposed to do, what it is legally tasked with doing, is very simply to recruit spies, to steal secrets, and then to analyze those secrets.
Like before your contract over, do you get arrested? Or like what? You feel me? Alright, yeah. I ain't gonna lie, yo, I would never join the army, gang. How do I tell you? They're talking about, oh yeah, 4 years. 4 years. Nigga be signing for 4 years, 200K. Nigga, you can make 200K in a year, gang. Niggas be thinking the army set for life. Fries, gang. All you get is discounts, gang, when it's Veterans Day. You not set for life, my nigga. What? Fuck, I look like joining the army.
To give the president and other senior policymakers the best information with which they can make policy. Now, in real life, it's not that simple. The CIA does whatever the president tells it to do. That could be to overthrow foreign governments. It could be to implement covert action programs, to influence the foreign media,
to
even kill people.
For the
It just depends on who the president is and what policy he wants to implement. What skills make a good agent? You might be surprised by the answer, actually. The CIA, when it recruits spies, when it recruits operations officers, doesn't necessarily look for the big, buff guy who works out, every day or 6 days a week.
Nigga, obviously.
They look for people who have sociopathic...
Be honest, Chad. If y'all seen this nigga IRL, right? You seen this nigga. You think he been following you. Be honest. Would you think he was a CIA agent if you seen this nigga in person? Do I look like I could be a CIA agent? Hold on, let me put on it. Hell yeah, he white. That's valid. Am I CIA? No. We got him. 10-4. 10-4. Copy. Following. 10-4. Got him. Yeah, would y'all expect me though? Hold on, I'm low-key tough. I ain't gonna lie, niggas could never suspect me. I'll be walking around getting all y'all information, gang. Dead mans, I'll be getting all y'all information. Y'all couldn't stop me.
Tendencies, not sociopaths. Sociopaths are impossible to control because they have no conscience. They blow right through a polygraph exam, but they won't take orders. People who have sociopathic tendencies do react to a polygraph. They do experience regret or remorse. They will respond to directives and orders. I'll give you an example. When I first was recruited by the CIA, I was asked in a group of new hires, What we would do if we got a cable from CIA headquarters ordering us to collect information on the Indonesian economy. You recruit the Indonesian economic secretary, you make him your best friend, you spend money on him, your wives become friends, you vacation together, but you learn that he is just not recruitable. So what do? Well, one of my colleagues said you double down, work the case another 6 months, and hope for the best. A second colleague said, maybe you work it through your wives, maybe your wife can convince his wife to give you the information. I raised my hand and I said, you break into the Indonesian embassy and you steal it.
No, you didn't. Nigga, stop, gang. No, you didn't. Who are you? Bro, let me see some credentials, gang. How you just former CIA? Let me see some credentials, gang. How do we know that? How do we know you former CIA? See, bro, that's why I don't go on the internet, bro. This shit it's too much, bro.
And the instructor said, that's exactly what you do. That's a sociopathic
Who the hell
tendency.
he didn't, nigga?
What's the coolest piece of spy tech you ever got to use? You know, there's kind of a dirty little secret about spy tech, and it is that 95% of it is purchased from Amazon.com. Seriously. Because it is cheaper and it is quicker just to go online and buy it and then use it operationally than it is to invent it from scratch. The coolest piece of spy tech that I ever...
Hold on, my thing is, bro, like, is it like true, like would a toothpaste be exploding and the toothbrush is actually a laser to cut open windows, and like you tap the glass and they fall through, and then you jump through the window, and then you search through the building, and then you walk by the guard and you use your watch to hit them with a dart, and they pass out. Like what's the how they get all them ideas in the spy movies, bro? Where they get them from?
...used was it was a leather briefcase. I just went into the local marketplace in Pakistan and bought it. I think it cost the equivalent of like $10. And over the course of 3 days, one of our technical officers pulled the threads out of it, installed a wire all the way around the briefcase, which could act as a listening device, and then packed the area around the wire with these little teeny tiny batteries that I had never seen before, and then he sewed the whole thing close again. So I walked into a meeting with my little briefcase. The bad guy took the briefcase from me, opened it up, looked through it. It didn't have anything in it because it was all sewn into the lining. And we sat there and had the meeting while my colleagues half a mile away were able to listen to the entire thing. It was very...
So here's my thing. See. This is why we're watching this video today, chat. Because we got to figure out who the spy in streaming is, my nigga. Phantom said it was a spy. This nigga describing some shit that overall don't sound too complicated. So who do y'all think in the streaming space is a spy? I ain't gonna lie, off rip, I'm gonna say, bro, like a person who you see, going down. Okay, we not going down. But a person who you like see, you be like, how they get in this room? I don't know. This is a hard one, bro. I don't know, bro, honestly. I don't know. Is it me? Am I the spy? Am I the spy though, bro? And like, if I was a spy, none of you niggas would know, gang. If I was the spy, gang, I would be collecting all your information. Yo, I would be in the room with Castanet right now if I was the spy, gang. Might as well go for the head of the snake. What? He the GOAT. He the GOAT of this streaming shit. What? I'm not finna hang around with no little niggas. I'm not worried about what Ice Spice doing live. Nah, gang. We not worried about what Ice Spice got going on. We worried about Castanet and ISO Speed.
Very cool. Does the CIA listen through our phones and laptop cameras? Yes. I hate to say it. There was a dramatic leak in 2017 that the CIA came to call the Vault 7 disclosures. Gigabytes worth of documents leaked by a CIA technology engineer. What he told us was that the CIA can intercept anything from anyone, number one. Number two, they can remotely take control of your car through the car's embedded computer. To do what? To make you drive off a bridge, into a tree, to make you kill yourself and make it look like an accident.
Shit getting heavy. It's getting heavy, gang. Nigga, what? So you're telling me, wait a minute. So can they do that with like planes and helicopters and shit? How much power do the government, bro? The government got too much power, gang. Yo, the government got too much power, bro. Dead ass. Cause how the CIA got access to all this shit, gang? They the spies. The CIA, the government is the spies. Yo, this nigga's literally telling us. They're the spies. He's a spy. Oh my God. I figured it out. They are the spies. Yo, we dumb as hell, chat. Yo, oh my God.
They can take over your smart television and turn the speaker into a microphone so that they can listen to what's being said in the room even when the TV is turned off. God knows what else that they can do that hasn't been leaked. Are hitmen real? Yes. At the National Security Council, there is a committee that meets every Tuesday morning at 9 o'clock to draw up something called the kill list. They sit around a table and they make a list of all the people that they want to kill that week. And then they take it back to the CIA, which has a dedicated unit. I won't tell you the name, but it has a dedicated unit that takes receipt of the list. They say, okay, number one. They drive to the airport, they get on the plane, they go out to that country, they kill the person, they come back, and then they go to number two on the list.
I'm gonna say a person who was on that list, Michael Jackson. Don't be mad at me, brother. Don't be mad at me, brother. Think about it, gang. Of course they want to take Michael Jackson out, gang. We even found out from them Epstein files that Michael Jackson was not a pedophile, which is every black person knew that shit, gang. Every black person knew that shit, gang. We knew he wasn't a pedophile. We knew he wasn't on them kids. But y'all niggas try to make it seem like, oh, why he with the kid? Nigga, his parents used to beat him, nigga. He trying to make sure kids have a better life than he did. A better childhood than he did. That's why. Y'all want to call this man y'all want to slander his name. Y'all out there eating babies! Oh my God. Yo, I don't think y'all understand how crazy the world is. Eating babies? Yo, you niggas some true demons. And I don't know why y'all ain't in jail yet, gang. Hey, that's all I'm gonna say.
That happens every single week. Now, we can have a conversation about whether that's right or whether it's wrong. It's certainly immoral. It's illegal, but it's been tasked by the president. At the same time, they will tell you there hasn't been another 9/11, has there? Maybe it's because we're out there killing people.
What kind of people would be on that list?
Oh, the most dangerous terrorists in the world. Or at least people that the CIA deems to be the most dangerous terrorists in the world. How does the CIA recruit spies in foreign countries? That cuts right to the very heart of what the CIA is. The CIA trains its officers in something called the asset acquisition cycle. It has 4 steps: spot, assess, develop, recruit. So let's say you're a brand new CIA officer overseas. You get out there and mingle and go to diplomatic cocktail parties or go anywhere where there might be a viable target for you. You spot the target, you go up, hi, how are you? I'm the new officer at the American Embassy. I'm covering political affairs or economic affairs or trade or whatever it is you're doing. You exchange business cards, that's spotting. Assessing is I say, so what do you do for a living? If you tell me that you do something that I'm operationally interested in, that's my assessment of you. Then I develop you. That's actually the fun part. That is us going to lunch and going to dinner, and I spend money on you because I have literally an unlimited budget to do so. And maybe we go on vacation together, and our wives...
Bro, it might not be that bad to get spied on, bro. Shit, take me out to dinner. Take me to Ruth Chris. Shit. I'll let you touch a cheek or two if you want to. I mean, like, shit, you got unlimited money? Shit, I'll give you all the information you want. Just slide me a Billy. Put me up there with Netanyahu in them, gang. gang. I'm trying to be in all them rooms. What? And what, nigga? Come on, CIA. Come see me, nigga.
Your friends, and you mention offhandedly that you like to go fishing, let's say. So I charter a boat for $4,000 and I take you deep sea fishing because you could never afford to do it on your own. And then we become best friends. And because we're best friends, I say to you, hey, would you do me a favor? Yeah, I'm sorry to ask, but you know, the Russians have this new tank, and I know that you guys have access to the plans, and I would really appreciate it if you could just make me a copy of those plans. I know that sounds kind of funny, but it would help me a lot. So, hey, thanks, I appreciate it. Give me I'll pick them up, bud.
Niggas, nobody's believing that shit, gang. Why the fuck if I'm Russian and I'm working for the government or whatever, and you asking me for some tank plans, what make you think I'm gonna get them shits to you? Who do I look like? A lick? If anybody is out here willingly giving away their country's information, you are a fucking cone, gang. You're a cone. This nigga yapping and capping, gang. Cause what you mean? I'll ask you for the tank plans and the blueprints, and I'll come pick them up. But I know it sounds funny. Nigga, don't sound funny, nigga. You sound like a fucking spy. Boom, cover blown. Ka-chow. Nut ass nigga, what? Huh? Ain't nobody falling for that shit. And if anybody fell for that shit, gang, I feel bad. You fucked your whole country over for a nigga that took you on a charter but out to the deep sea for deep sea fishing. Fuck. You don't even love the nigga, gang.
Tonight. And then maybe I start giving you a little bit of money. And then finally, when it comes to the recruitment, I say, I haven't been totally honest with you. I'm actually a CIA officer. Undercover. Are you okay with that? You're a great guy, and you're my best friend, and how about if I give you $5,000 a month, and you just answer my questions, right? That's cool, right? And you undoubtedly will say yes, and the rest is history.
Me?
Gotta be a good actor to do that. Pull that off, yeah.
And a sociopath. Do you ever fear for your life? Not now, but over the course of my career, I did several times. And I'll give you one example. There were 2 active assassination attempts against me. In one, I just got lucky. And unfortunately, my next door neighbor was killed instead. He was the British defense attaché in Athens, Brigadier General Stephen Saunders. I think about it every single day. In another, an enemy country sent one of its officers.
I don't know why you saying this nigga pussy, gang. That nigga gonna slide down with that CIA shit. He gonna give you a breath mint. You gonna take that shit. Next thing you know, you imploding. Your guts on the ceiling and shit, gang. You better stop playing with these CIA niggas.
And a double agent to kill me, but we had advance warning that it was going to happen, and we were able to neutralize the threat, as they say in the movies. But there was another experience that I had that troubled me deeply. I was serving in Pakistan at the time, and I was staying in a small guest house because it was safer than a big hotel. Sure enough, the big hotel was blown up and 45 people were killed while I was living there. But I left my guest house at a different time, like I did every day, and took a different route, like I did every day, to go to work. And I noticed that a man on a motorcycle wearing a red helmet was trying very hard to stay in my blind spot. I worked 12, 14 hours, whatever it was that day, and I left, and it was dark, and sure enough, there he was again. There's a definition of surveillance. It's multiple sightings at time and distance. So I've seen him multiple times, at different times of the day, and at different places. I'm definitely under surveillance. I got up at 5 o'clock in the morning, got in the car, drove a block, there he was again. So when I got to the office, I said to the security officer, I am under surveillance. I'm 100% sure that I'm under surveillance. He said, well, let's wait until the chief comes in. When the chief finally came in, I told him the story, and he said, well, you know what you have to do. I said, I know. I'm gonna kill him if I see him this afternoon. I was worried about it all day, and all my coworkers came up to me that day to slap me on the back and say, don't worry, we're all gonna be out there, we're gonna have a whole security team.
Yeah,
I said, I know, but I never killed anybody before, and I'm so worried that he's gonna kill me before I get a clear shot at him. That afternoon, I had a meeting at a safe house that we shared with the local service. And on my way out at the end of the meeting, and I don't know why I did this, but I turned around and I said, "General, are you following me?" And he said, "No, why?" And I said, "Because I'm under surveillance, and if I see this guy again, I'm gonna kill him." And I never saw him again. I learned later that several of their officers were sitting around and saying, "You know, that new American guy, he's such a nice guy. Nobody's that nice. I wonder if he's being nice just to try to make us drop our guard." And they decided to put the worst surveillance officer in their entire intelligence service on me. And if I hadn't said something that afternoon, he would be in the ground today. Does Trump have the...
I ain't gonna lie, bro. If I was that nigga, bro, I would have stopped, bro. See, that's why I can't work with the government, gang. Fuck, I'm following you for, bro. That's none of my business, whatever the fuck you got going on, bro. And I'm not about to make it my business. How do I tell you? How do I tell you? I'm not about to make it. Oh, no, he got the codes and no. I ain't doing it, bro. I'm scared as shit, gang. I'm just like you, but worse.
UK and Europe's back? No, he doesn't. When we hear from journalists or political figures that Donald Trump doesn't like the Europeans, he doesn't like NATO, he doesn't like the European Union, we should take the man at his word. I don't think he does have Europe's back, or even the UK's back. When he says America first, he means America first, whatever that means. He has an idea in his own mind, but I don't think he cares one whit about Europe.
That nigga mean his pockets.
Which film or TV series portrays spy work the most accurately? Great question. I will tell you that at the CIA, we watch every single spy movie and spy series. All of us do. I'm proud to say that I have been the script advisor on The Bourne Ultimatum, on Kill the Messenger, on True Lies, and on Burn Notice. We love this kind of thing. Most of them have nothing whatsoever to do with the reality of the CIA, except a couple. In terms of TV, Homeland, wow, they got it right. The only thing that they got wrong was if you go crazy, they send you to the hospital until you're not crazy anymore. In movies, there was a movie that came out in 2004 called The Recruit. The first half of the movie, where the lead character is going through training, 100% accurate, except for one minor difference. They didn't beat us in training. Everything else that he went through, whew, we went through it in spades. Most other movies, stinkers. And listen, just as a general rule, if somebody calls the CIA the company, turn it off. Is social media the biggest intelligence gathering tool today? It is absolutely one of them, yes. You know, I was always amazed when I was at the CIA.
Me being a social media influencer, aspiring influencer. They probably got me, gang. How do I tell y'all, chat? One day, bro, if I ever pop it too hard, bro, and I stop posting, for real, I want y'all to lead the country because I don't want that shit to happen to y'all. Trying to chase the fame and chase me. Nah, fuck me. You first. Fuck me. You first, okay? I don't want you to post no, what happened? Why did he disappear? No, let me go through all these. No, get out the country, gang. Don't let them get your ass too, buddy.
And how
I ain't that important.
Targets, legitimate intelligence targets, would literally put their entire lives on LinkedIn and Facebook. Incredible. You don't even have to do any research. They lay it all out right there on the screen for you. So the answer is yes. If you value your privacy, if you don't want to pop up on the radar, you have to stay away from social media. What was 9/11's impact on the world? You know, I was in the CIA's headquarters on the morning of 9/11. Well, we knew we were at war. And one of the first thoughts that I had that morning was, does Osama bin Laden have any idea what he's done? Does he have any idea how many people are going to die? We all knew what the American response was going to be. It was going to be merciless. The question is, what was 9/11's impact on the world? It was dramatic and lasting. We're almost 24 years after the 9/11 attacks, and we still can't go through airports with our shoes on. Untold trillions of dollars have been spent on counterterrorism and defense, and that is probably never going to change. Why are there so many wars in 2025? Well, do you want my real answer or do you want my diplomatic answer? My real answer is the U.S. has a defense budget that is bigger than the next 8 largest countries combined. After 9/11, the U.S. entered into something like a permanent wartime economy, where if we didn't have a war to fight and to finance, we would actually go into recession. Now, we see ourselves as the world's peacekeepers. In many cases, we're not. We tend to be places where we're not wanted or welcome, and we end up forgetting to leave. There's an old joke inside the CIA about Iran. Like, why would Iran put its country right in the middle of all of our military bases? There you have it. Why are there so many wars? It's because the U.S. has an activist foreign policy, and sometimes we make friends on the wrong side of issues. Can the CIA make someone disappear without a trace? You bet they can, and they do all the time. In the immediate aftermath of the 9/11 attacks, the CIA created, for example, an archipelago of secret prisons, and they would just disappear people. We would capture people in al-Qaeda safe houses, for example, let's say in Pakistan or Afghanistan, and we would ship them off to these secret prisons. And when I say secret prisons, I mean in many cases they were so secret that even the presidents and prime ministers of the countries where the prisons were based didn't know that there were secret CIA prisons in their countries. So the CIA can make people disappear in that respect. They can kill people.
Nah, facts. Niggas gonna know I'm going, gang. I'm too loud to. No, actually, let me not challenge y'all, bro. Everything he's saying, I believe it, gang. Shit, I don't want to find out. Shit, hell if I do it. Hell if I do it, what I look like, gang? I'm not Bourne. I'm not Jason Bourne. I'm not one of these niggas that just hop on private jets and just disappear and nah, gang. Nah, bro. I don't want no smoke. Yeah, I'd rather beef with the block. Yeah, I'd rather beef with the block. Who want to shoot the 30s with me before I go disappearing, gang? We could run that bitch up. I promise you, gang. I'm going to go 10-0.
And just bury them, in some crazy foreign land and nobody would ever know. But if you're a CIA officer, or better yet, let's say you're a KGB officer and you want to defect, the CIA will give you a completely new identity, more money than you can ever count, and you and your family can live happily ever after, under the name John Smith, and nobody would be the wiser. How does the USA track terrorist threats? They use something called the terrorist matrix. It's also called all-source intelligence. Believe it or not, members of terrorist groups actually give press interviews in which they telegraph what they're going to do in their next attack. That's one way.
Where they do that at?
Electronic surveillance. It could be intercepting cell phones, intercepting emails, intercepting encoded messages, even intercepting messages from game platforms. We have satellites that track these things. We have spies providing what's called HUMINT, short for human intelligence. So you use literally...
Yo, mind you, this nigga so serious, gang. Like, this nigga OD serious, gang. I'm scared, gang. I'm cute a buck. I'm scared. I don't want no problems, gang. But the CIA, y'all got it, bro. Y'all the big bros. Y'all the big bros of this world shit, bro. How do I tell y'all that ass?
Every source at your dispense and put this matrix together to try to disrupt that next attack. Can you be a spy and have a moral compass? What a great question that is. I'm going to say yes because I had a moral compass. It cost me my freedom. It cost me my job. It cost me my family, but it was worth it. There are some things that you are tasked to do as a CIA counterintelligence officer that you just have to say no to. There are some things that are so immoral, so unethical, in many cases so illegal, that you just should not do it. What is the most controversial thing you've worked on or heard about? It has to be the torture program. I went to prison for 23 months for going public with
Damn.
the CIA's torture program. I went on ABC News in the United States in December of 2007, and I said three things. I said the CIA was torturing its prisoners. I said that torture was official U.S. government policy. And I said that the policy had been personally approved by the president himself. The FBI investigated me. They determined I had not committed a crime. Then Barack Obama became president. They secretly reopened the case against me. I was indicted and charged with 5 felonies, including 3 counts of espionage for giving this interview. Remember, espionage can be a death penalty charge. I had 3 of them. Well, I hadn't committed espionage, and finally, they dropped those charges, but I ended up taking a plea to a lesser charge just to make this thing go away. I had 5 kids at home, I had gone bankrupt from the legal expenses, and I was facing 45 years in prison. They offered me 23 months, and I took the deal.
I would have took
But
that
I would
shit
do
too,
it
gang.
again today if I had to, because somebody had to stand up and say that this was wrong.
Okay.
Shouldn't torture be legal if we are protecting American lives? Absolutely not. Not under any circumstances. Torture doesn't work. Torture is illegal internationally. It is immoral. And you end up making a recruitment video, essentially, for your greatest enemies. For example, when it became apparent that the U.S. was torturing military prisoners at Abu Ghraib prison in Iraq, and video was leaked showing those prisoners in orange jumpsuits. ISIS bought orange jumpsuits and made its kidnapping victims, who were mostly aid workers and American journalists, wear orange jumpsuits and then beheaded them on camera. They did that only because the U.S. was torturing its prisoners. So torture does not work. Torture is illegal, it is immoral, it is unethical, and no one should be in the business of doing it.
Holy shit.
What's the most dangerous country in the world right now? Also a good question. There are several.
America?
And I've been to all of them. I never got to go to the nice places. I went to 72 countries with the CIA, and almost all of them were just awful. Some of the most dangerous places in the world are Yemen, Somalia, Gaza, Afghanistan, parts of Pakistan. You have to sleep with one eye open. You just never know how bad things are going to get. And I'll give you an example. I went to Yemen 5 times, and every time I went, it was worse than the previous time.
Damn.
The 5th and final time that I went, we were only allowed to stay at one hotel. The hotel had a 30-foot-high wall around it to protect it from bomb blasts. You couldn't stay in any of the other hotels by then. Well, the day after I arrived, a group of South Korean diplomats arrived. And on the drive from the airport to the hotel, they were ambushed, and they were all killed, 6 of them.
Shit.
A couple of days later,
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Why the government, all the government shit so much death, man? Why all this shit call for so much killing and murder and slaying and, feel me? Like, damn, buzzing, like, let's keep this shit peers. Feel me? It gets scary, gang. That's why, honestly, when they got some spray and smoke, nah, bro, don't spray till they don't smell. That's not how you do it, gang. You gotta make sure the room cold, feel me? So that the smoke don't stick as much. Feel me? You gotta wipe the walls down after you get done smoking and make sure a window open, gang. And blow your smoke out the window as much as you can. And wipe the walls after you're done.
group of South Korean intelligence officers arrived to investigate the murder of the 6 diplomats. And they were ambushed, and they were murdered. And so the South Koreans just closed their embassy and went home. That's a pretty dangerous country.
I ain't gonna lie, bro.
What do you make of U.S. foreign
Government too
policy right
crazy.
now? A complete and utter disaster. I've never seen an administration that works so hard to offend and alienate our friends. Threatening to invade Canada? That's an act of war. Canada is not just a NATO country, but it's a Five Eyes country. Five Eyes being the US, the UK, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand, the closest alliance in the entire world.
Oh, shit.
And what, we're gonna send an army to Canada and overthrow them? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
Even
why
if
would
you're
you do that,
joking, why would you even joke like that out loud? We don't coordinate with our European allies. We're threatening to invade Panama, to take the Panama Canal. We're threatening to invade and annex Greenland. It's craziness. So I'm not a big supporter of U.S. foreign policy right now.
It don't sound
Does
like you're a big
China
supporter
actually
of the
pose a
US.
real risk to the West? I think no. And I'll tell you why. China simply does not have a history of expansionism. If you put aside Tibet, which the Chinese have always claimed to be a part of China, the Chinese have never invaded another country. They had a little border skirmish with the Vietnamese in the
I ain't
1970s.
gonna lie, bro. When it comes to all this, like, political shit, like, when it comes to countries, you gotta realize, all of this shit, bro, is just a bunch of men in suits. What the fuck? Why Cam not focused? It's just a bunch of men in suits, gang. And motherfucking it's a bunch of niggas in suits and contracts, gang. Like, that shit not it's not really real, gang. Like, it's real, but it's not what it should be, bro. Like, this shit not right, gang. Let's keep it a buck. It's not right, bro. Telling me we just gonna leave the fate of the world up to niggas who are doing it for their own money, gang. Let's be honest. What else y'all doing it for? To protect the country. So why you need to make $45 million a month if you're protecting the country? Why? Why you need to do that? Because I should be paid for the work I do. But you're doing it out of the goodness of your heart. So why you need to be paid? Because, nah, bro. It's bullshit, gang. Y'all sign these contracts. Y'all stealing this land. Y'all steal resources. Y'all buy resource. Like, y'all sell shit. Y'all outsource shit. Like, it's just a whole bunch of just... It's basically just the... Like, politics is just basically the biggest business in the world, bro. Yeah, CIA is a real life rebirth. Facts. Facts. But, bro, politics is the biggest business in the world, bro. That's really all it is, bro. And niggas that kill niggas, get anything for money. Anything for money. Anything. Why you... Oh, these countries are at war because what? Because this country invaded this one. Why they invade them? Because they had this, that, and the third. Why they need that? Because they wanted money. All of it boiled down to some shit we give power to, gang. As humans. Some paper. Some shit we give power to. Tell you, bro, capitalism, gang. For me, I'm just saying, bro, this shit get critical.
They had a little border skirmish against India in the 1960s, but they don't invade countries, and they have only one military base outside of China. It's in Djibouti, and believe it or not, they share it with the United States.
It's in Djibouti.
It's the US that sees China as the big threat, and Australia and the Philippines kind of see China as a threat. But the Chinese are perplexed as to why we so distrust them. Is there a threat from China to Taiwan? Of course there is. Taiwan is also seen by the Chinese as being a legitimate part of China, but there's no indication that the Chinese are preparing any offensive measures against Taiwan. I just don't see what the big threat is. Is the CIA or MI6 more elite? MI6 is an absolutely top-tier, first-rate service, but it's like comparing apples and oranges. At the CIA, we used to say how much we wished we could be like MI6, because MI6 is small and it's lean, and when they decide to do something, by God, they go out and do it. At the CIA, when we decide to do something, we have 6 layers of bureaucracy that we have to go through to finally get permission. And then the attorneys get involved, and then you have to send it to the president, and then he has to sign it, or change it, or reject it, or do whatever it is that he has to do. They don't have that kind of a problem at MI6. They just report directly to the prime minister, and they can get things done. The CIA has a budget that absolutely dwarfs the MI6.
Yo, that's like, I'm really realizing how much I really don't know about this, bro. That's why I'm sitting here just listening. I really don't know nothing, gang. These niggas, bro. These niggas dangerous, bro. I'm scared of the government, bro. Is there a place I can live where there's no government? That's a good question. I should probably build a piece of land where I'm the governor, bro. We just make sure shit cool, honestly. But then they're gonna try to get me with the terrorists and they're gonna try to get me with everything, bro. I might as well just say fucking take myself out of the game. This life shit too wicked, bro. It's too much going on. The Woods, come on, bro.
Budget, and we have our own
Woods gotta belong to somebody.
high-level technology budget, satellites and spy planes and all kinds of crazy things. So they're both great services, but
really made
they're different at the same time. Are sleeper agents real? Yes, they are. And the country that is the best at using sleeper agents is Russia. The United States doesn't have a program of sleeper agents, and I'm frankly unaware of any Western
Sleeper
intelligence
agents are
service
real?
that has sleeper agents or that uses sleeper agents. The Russians have an army of sleeper agents. In fact, just in the last 2 or 3 years, a group of Russian sleeper agents in Northern Virginia, including one in my neighborhood, were disrupted and arrested. So what a sleeper agent is somebody who is trained as an intelligence officer, who is then sent to the United States or the UK or Brazil or Paris or wherever, and told to just get a job, any job, and be a national of that country. And so you've got people who, in the case of what happened in Washington recently, one was an elementary school teacher, and one worked for an airline. Everybody thought they were Americans, and in fact, they're collecting classified information, mostly from U.S. defense contractors, and secretly transmitting it back to Russian intelligence in the evenings. They were disrupted and expelled from the United States. Is chief of disguise a real job? You bet it is. They have the most fun in the world. On the day that I got hired, I was sitting with 2 other brand new officers, and I sat down. I said, "Hi, my name's John. It's nice to meet you both." They said, "What are you going to do here at the agency?" I said, "I'm going to be an intelligence officer. I have degrees in Middle Eastern studies. What are you guys going to do?" The woman said to me, "Oh, I just graduated from the Falls Church, Virginia Academy of Beauty." Academy of Beauty. She ended up becoming a master disguise maker. And the guy on my left was a cartoonist for his college newspaper. He drew a little cartoon that was very popular. He became a master forger. So it doesn't really matter what your background is. If you're good at it, there's a place for you at the CIA. And many of those places are working for the director of disguise. What made you decide to blow the whistle? It's very brave. Thank you. At the CIA, we are trained to believe that everything in life is a shade of gray. And that is just simply not true. Some things are black and white. They're right or wrong. And the United States has laws that ban torture. We have the Federal Torture Act of 1946. We are not just signatories to the United Nations Convention Against Torture. We wrote the United Nations Convention Against Torture. In 1946, the United States executed Japanese soldiers who waterboarded American POWs. In 1968, an American soldier waterboarded a North Vietnamese prisoner and was given 20 years at hard labor in a military prison after being convicted of torture. The law never changed. So how is it then that from 2002 to 2005, torture was somehow magically legal? It wasn't legal. We were committing crimes against humanity. And so it was something that I having known the details, I couldn't sleep at night. And I believed, and in retrospect, I was right, that the American people had a right to know what their government was doing in their name. And I'm proud to say that because of my revelations, the McCain-Feinstein Amendment was passed into law, and it formally and permanently banned torture.
Have you investigated any of us before this shoot?
It's heavy, chat. Yo. Hey, I don't even know what to tell y'all niggas. I'm gonna keep it a buck, gang. Yeah, that's a W vid, bro. I don't even know what to tell y'all. Like, my charger might be a camera. My phone listening. This junk can hear me right now. It's like, oh, we cooked, gang. It's not much we could do, but just live. I'm not gonna lie. Just don't do nothing illegal, gang. Don't do nothing illegal. Just hope for the best, bro. This shit, wow, bro. Nigga said, huh? Nigga said, huh? What?